us, I swear, oh, now go with the go so, go so. Herdsmen, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Who be that? I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jealous. Something done the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It's very close at the film. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
Kiwe wesu garani odianja nine odia nine nke purita kwasa mmadụ dị ndụ n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye na-agwọ ọrịa anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị onwe gị bụ simele nke ndị agha ka igwe mere anyị ebere ka akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka ude nke anyị na-asụ wee bịa n'iru gị ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee guzosi ike ka anyị wee n'ikpete mazụ nye ha sọgotụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'ebighị ebi mara n'ebighị ebi ise mma dịrị gị Chineke.
You don't know what it means. Most of us do not understand what it means to be a Biafran. You have not seen anything yet. I was kidnapped. I was beaten. I was spat at. My clothes were ripped from my body. Women urinated and poured it on me because of Biafra, so that they may humiliate me to such a point that I will not talk about Biafra anymore. They videoed me. Masop has a video of me where they were beating me, dragging me on the floor, tearing my clothes because I spoke the truth. That did not stop me from talking about Biafra.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this very evening program. I appreciate everyone who has connected to this program wherever you are connecting from. Please kindly like and share the program. Like and share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you. Invite people that is around you to join us on this very quick one. You know, our evening program is always a short one. We don't waste time on our evening program. We just come briefly and say one or two things, and everybody goes to bed and have a good rest. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching from, I appreciate everyone that has connected. Remember, in our platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come in this platform to preach hate. We don't come here for propaganda or blackmail. We do not come here to attack any persons, any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to present the case of Biafra before the whole world, to tell the world what is going on in Biafra land. That is what we do, and that is what we will continue to do to make sure we educate the Biafran people. We will do our part, and you that is watching there, you will do your own part. We cannot force you against your will to do what you do not want to do. All we are doing here is to help you to interpret some informations, to help you to expose some lies, to help you to make open some hidden issues so that you can be able to understand it better and take decisions as you wish to. That is why we're here. So today we have come again not to instigate violence, not to preach hate, not to attack anybody, but to preach our message as we have always done. So wherever you are watching us from, I welcome every one of you and I thank you for being part of the program. If they kick you out, try and find your way back. Just have a little patience. We are not going to spend much time and we will be all gone. So I thank you all for joining on this very program. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate everyone who have joined, and I appreciate everyone that have joined us on this very program this evening. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Wherever you are and you're joining, I appreciate you. And I saw the comment that somebody wrote. He said, do you see you are losing your views because of your madam? Why can't you stand on your truth until or tell her to stop the evil that she's doing? I don't know who you are, Ugo Happy. You say your name is Ugo Happy. Ugo Happy, if you are a human being, maybe you just click the link and come in and explain what you are saying. If you are a human being, you click the link and come in and explain. I do not care. I'm not interested in the views or whatever, and I am not supporting any human being. I am here to preach Biafra. I don't care what you think or what you feel or how you see my message. My message is centered on the unification of Biafrans. I don't care where you belong. I don't care who you support. I don't care under which umbrella you are preaching. But once I see that you are full of lies and deceit, I am not here to promote you. What I promote is Biafra. I don't promote an individual. So the earlier you begin to clean your dirty head with those kind of beliefs you have in your head, the better for you. So people like you are people who do not know why they are doing what they are doing. For those of us who know why I know why I picked up the issue of media. I started preaching on media all by myself. I wasn't waiting for anybody. I'm not looking for any advertisement, and I'm not looking for anybody to promote me. That is not what I'm looking for. I personally, from the very first day I joined the media, it is my personal decision to promote Biafra, not to promote a human being. Not to promote a human being. Whoever you are, I don't know who you are, and I don't care to know. whatever be your orientation or whatever you fill your head with, if you have a superior argument, every of my program, I put a link. You come in and speak. Let people see you. Let people see you. You come and put the link, let people see you and see your face. Who is writing that? Godwin. That thing is not Ugo 247. Ugo 247 can never ever belittle himself like this. So stop writing that. Stop accusing Ugo 247 of necessarily, okay? Godwin, that is not Ugo 247 and it can never be. I know Ugo 247 very well. Ugo 247 know me. He is a brother and he will remain my brother until thy kingdom come. So don't bring Ugo 247. The person that is writing that thing is a clown. Don't compare such kind of write-up with Ugo 247 can never descend so low to come in a program and write that. It is not possible. I know him very well. He is a brother and remain my brother and a friend. So Ugo 247 can never write such a thing. Ignore those kind of people. When they see this thing, that is why I always put link. If you are man enough or if you are woman enough, there's no point you come and you drop a message and you run. Come on. You come on and take on. If there is something I'm doing that you feel I'm on the wrong side, you come, you click the link and come and you tell me to my face, this thing you said is wrong. This thing you are doing is wrong. That is what I believe. I am not here for any party. I'm not here for any group. I'm not here for any human being. I am here for my own freedom. For my own freedom. From the very first day I started broadcasting, more than a decade, I don't come here for saga. That is why I don't look for views. I'm not going to speak the way you like for you to come and watch me, or I bring somebody video. I bring somebody and begin to castigate somebody and begin to narrate somebody and begin to abuse and insult somebody to make you happy so that you come and watch. That is arrant nonsense. I am not part of those people. My message is to speak the truth and preach the gospel. It doesn't matter even if it is only one person. Even if it is one person, if I come here, I leave my message. Let Chukwu be the judge. At the last day, every one of us will give account of our stewardship. Every one of us will give account of our stewardship. That is the main thing. It is not about shouting, talking this one, you bring your brother's video, you bring your sister's video, you curse them, you call them name, you say this one is a saboteur, this one is a terrorist. You insult yourself after disgracing yourself. Then people will line up and begin to clap for you. Oh, ride on, ride on. And it is true. And after doing that, destroying and disgracing yourself, you leave. I am not part of those. My message here is for people who matter, more especially for those non-Biafrans, international communities, who are looking forward to see what is happening, just like the case of Master Simon that we are facing now. That is where I'm concentrating. I don't care. Whatever you feel or what you do, it doesn't concern me. When you look at the topic I choose, you see it. Nigeria is collapsing, yet Finland side with injustice. Finland side with injustice against Biafra. Nigeria is collapsing. Everybody knows that Nigeria is collapsing. Even Finland knows that Nigeria is collapsing. And yet, Finland is siding with injustice against Biafra. Those are the kind of message I preach. Take the message to the world and tell the international communities what is happening. More especially, look at the case of Finland, what the Finland people are doing. That is where I'm concentrating. I don't care. I'm not here to fight my brother or antagonize my brother. That is not my way. That is not what I do. That is not what I do. That is not what I do. What I do here is to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Say it the way it is. I'm not here to belittle my Biafra, my own Biafra, the same Biafra I'm fighting for. I will come here and begin to castigate the Biafra again. The same Biafra I'm fighting for, I will come and begin to make it, belittle it and make it a childish. I don't do that. That is not my program. So, we will continue to hammer on the main topic, which is the atrocity of Finland government today. against us. That is the bone of contention. You know, initially we see Finland as a very good country because of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, presented Finland for us. And we understood it. We understood so many things that Finland have done for Biafra in the past. Because of the past history of Finland, our history and Finland, during the Civil War, during the time of Civil War, it was because of those history we fell in love with Finland. And our Prime Minister, that gave him that morale, that gave him that strength to continue to push for Biafra in Finland without fear of ever. Until Pharaoh, who does not know Joseph, came. Finland know our history. They know our story. Finland, during the time of the Civil War in 1967, Finland starved their children. Their children could not go. They took the money, the lunch food of their children. The money for the lunch of their children, they gather it together and they sent to Biafra land as a relief. Finland, they suspended the building of a cathedral. The cathedral they were building during that Civil War, they suspended it and they sent the money to Biafra land. There are citizens of Finland that have been in Biafra land, who worked in Biafra land, who were doing a relief work in Biafra land. Master Simon Ekpa showed. There was one I have played the video here where the woman was speaking in a Igbo Day when they were celebrating Igbo Day in Finland. A woman who served as a nurse in Enugu State, to be precise, who was there during the Civil War. So the story of Biafran people is not strange to Finland. But unfortunately, they say when the evil man is in charge of a nation, the people cry. But when the righteous is leading, the people rejoice. So all this while our Prime Minister was there doing everything, a man who recognized our effort, the Biafran suffering, and our support that we needed, and the help they gave to Biafrans, they were supporting. But all of a sudden, the British manipulated Finland in the name of joining their NATO what and NATO that. Before you know it, they got a man who was maybe, I'm not even sure that Alex Stubb was born during the time of Civil War. I'm not sure he was born. Who did not recognize the suffering of Biafran people. They got a president that does not recognize the suffering of Biafran people. A president that does not have conscience. A president that does not have regard for humanity. That is why they betrayed the trust that Biafrans gave them. Master Simon Ekpa, on Biafran program, we sing Finland national anthem. In Biafran program, Master Simon Ekpa will lift the flag of Finland and praise them. Master Simon Ekpa told us he was going to bring Finland to Biafra land. Spoke so highly of them. Not just speaking, he served them in the military. He served them in politics as a counselor. There was no problem with him. He had no case. Who has lived for more than 20 years in Finland? He has never had any single case. His record is very clean. But all of a sudden, the manipulation came. And we just wake up and they begin to tell us that Master Simon Ekpa is now a terrorist. You can imagine. Unbelievable. An unbelievable thing. And where did they get the information from? Information coming from a country, a dead country, a country that has collapsed. A terrorist country. Who in the planet Earth today we believe an information coming from Nigeria? Who on the planet Earth? Nigeria is so corrupt, so evil, so destabilized that today, if you take any paper that belongs to Nigeria and go to countries that, even Finland themselves, they do not recognize Nigerian passport. Their Nigerian passport, they don't recognize it in most of their documentations. Finland do not recognize Nigerian documents in their documentations. But yet, because of economic interest today, Finland decided to go into bed with Nigeria against their innocent citizens, against humanity. There is no country in the world today where you will present a document that has the name Nigeria that it will not be questionable. Any place on the planet Earth, you present a document, they look at the headline, they see Nigeria. It is questionable. It must be questionable. A country that cannot be trusted by anybody, not by any country. And yet, Finland based their judgment on information gotten from this fraudulent country. Where are you going to start? Look at the president of the country, Nigeria. A president who entered into university, fake university, as a lady and graduated as a man. We don't know his age. We don't know the school he attended. We don't know how he made his wealth. A man that is indicted in fraud, in drug. A man indicted in drug. And yet, he rose to the extent of becoming a president in Nigeria. And that same man today is the one supervising information that I've been given. The same country we have seen that recruited members of Boko Haram, not in the secret, in the open. And they say it every day. Till tomorrow, they are still recruiting. They are unapologetic about it. Take Nigerian documents and go to any country of the world. It will be looked into again and again. You cannot present Nigerian documents anywhere and people will just take it. No. But look at Finland. Nigeria presented Finland with a fake information about their own citizen because of economic interest. They don't care. The same Finland that does not respect the passport of Nigeria. Because even before Mazi Samarko was taken, Mazi Samarko medically exposed it that Finland does not recognize the passport of Nigeria in documentations. They don't recognize it. They don't. So many countries of the world today, they don't recognize documents that are coming from Nigeria. They don't. But all of a sudden, the same Finland is the one that is telling us that you pass a judgment based on information given to you by Nigeria. And you hear them when they come out and say that Mazi Simon is charged for terrorism. Mazi Simon is inciting, and they gave him 6 years. In their district court, the court of first instance, that we all know that in that court, they use lay judge. Lay judge are not professionals. They are ordinary citizen judges. Ordinary citizen judges, they can appoint anybody, they can just pick anybody in the street and tell him to come and be the judge. That is how they operate in that district court where they took Mazi Simon Ekpa on a very serious and international case. The court of first instance. And in that court of first instance, without professionals, they gave Mazi Simon Ekpa 6 years. 6 years for what? For what? In particular, for what? We can't understand it. Unexplainable. Unexplainable. In the court of first instance. But I thank Chukwu Okike. We know that everything Finland is doing is to be able to accomplish their contract with Nigeria. And the contract is to delay him. They know very well that what they are doing today is human right abuse. Finland know that what they are doing today is against European law. Is human right abuse. Self-determination is not a crime. Can never and will never be a crime. International law supports self-determination. African peoples and human rights law support self-determination. Even Nigerian law itself supports self-determination. How then does Mazi Simon Ekpa become a terrorist because of self-determination? Self-defense is supported by international law. International law, even the Western world understands self-defense better than you do. It's an international law. African peoples and human rights law support self-defense. Nigerian law supports self-defense. We have seen people preach the same message that Mazi Simon Ekpa. They even preach worst. They preach worst message than what Mazi Simon Ekpa have preached. In their conventional media, they play it. These people are still working free. They celebrate them as heroes. They celebrate them as their elders. But they preach the same message. Even the chief of army staff came and said that people should go and learn how to be combatants. to defend themselves. This is exactly the same thing Master Simon is telling Biafrans. Defend yourself. Defend yourself. Prepare yourself and defend yourself. Don't just sit back and somebody will come and chop off your head. This is the message that made them to call Master Simon a terrorist. How does this add up? How does it add up? A country that has collapsed already. Finland knows that Nigeria has collapsed, and yet Finland is supporting that atrocity. And the whole world is sitting back and watching. And tomorrow you tell me that Finland is rated high in human rights. Today, Finland is the one today prosecuting an activist, jailing an activist. But I thank you that we know that all those things are drama and game, and that their drama is going to end soon. I thank you that Mazi Simon Ekpa has appealed his case. Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, our Prime Minister, has already appealed his case. And I'm very happy. When I got information that he has appealed his case, I was very, very happy because I knew he will. Just like when I did my program yesterday, I said it, that if Mazi Simon Ekpa didn't appeal, I don't need any explanation from anybody. I will wait until when he comes back, I will ask him, why didn't you appeal? I don't need any explanation because every single thing we knew about Mazi Simon Ekpa case has become a lie. From what is happening today, you don't need anybody to tell you that everything we believe about Mazi Simon Ekpa case are all false. From what we know today, all this while, what we knew, even myself, what I was preaching before is wrong. Everything was wrong. Mazi Simon Ekpa has been on his own. He has been on his own, pushing on, all by his own. And every one of us, we betrayed him. We are busy fighting each other. We are busy pushing propaganda and blackmail. We are busy antagonizing and calling names. And we left the man who laid a foundation suffering for us. We left him. We left him to fight for himself. We left him to fight for himself. In the court of first instance of Finland, we know that you cannot use any international or professional lawyers there. They will not allow lawyers that are not finished. Only Finland lawyers participate in that very court of first instance, the district court. Only Finland lawyer. But still, we can get a Finland lawyer to represent Mazi Simon Ekpa, but we didn't. Mazi Nandekano said, he's not going to betray us. It is we that will betray him. Today, Mazi Nandekano has been betrayed. Look at the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Every one of us have disappointed him. When you see what is coming out in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa today, if you are not worried, it means you are not human. If you are not worried in what is coming out from the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, if you are not disturbed in your mind, if your mind is not worried, it means you are not human. You're not human. You're not human. Every one of us in our platform, we have to continue to speak on our own. We continue to speak. There is nothing to do. Let me tell you, it's just like the case of Mazi Nandekano. All those writing, there is nobody you can write. Writing doesn't make any sense. They don't care. What they want is, what you have to do is to move forward and do what you have to do. Provide legal protection, provide legal defense for your own client. It's not just about writing. It's not just about writing. We have been writing, not today. Biafrans have been writing. Do you know how many Biafrans are writing to United Nations? Do you know how many Biafrans are writing to Amnesty International? Do you know how many evidences we have been pushing to Finland government all this while? So it's not about writing. It is about action. You must take actions. It's just like we coming online to talk. Sometimes when we come to online to talk here, it's to educate people. This talk doesn't go much far. It's to create awareness. We continue to create awareness. You never can tell. Maybe some activists can join us, just like you see Mazanga, Dr. Mazanga. Dr. Mazanga knows Mazi Simon Ekpa very well. Before Mazi Simon Ekpa had a problem, he knows Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon, he has hosted Mazi Simon Ekpa in his program. He has hosted program with Mazi Simon Ekpa, not once, not twice. So Dr. Mazanga knows Master Simon Ekpa very well. And today you see him in the front line making case. These are what everyone should be doing. These are what everyone should be doing. So every one of us, we continue to create awareness, but we must do what we have to do. It is sad. It is sad. But my joy is that Master Simon Ekpa has gone for the appeal. And I pray that in this stage of appeal, it will not be like the former one. It won't be like the first one. Because in the first case, even the day of his court, Biafrans don't know the day of his court. I am in the media. Most of the time, we don't even know when he comes to court. It's under speculation. Maybe he will, maybe he will not. We just wait, and the next thing we hear when he's in court, then we'll follow up. But it's not supposed to be like that. We are talking about our prime minister. We are talking about our own prime minister. We are the ones that are supposed to be giving people information about our prime minister, not people giving us. No. First-hand information is supposed to be coming from us. But it wasn't so. I hope that going forward, with all that has transpired and all I've seen, it shouldn't continue. We must not leave our prime minister all by himself. Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa fought for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He fought earnestly for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He fought like a lion. From the very first day, Mazi Simon Ekpa declared and said that he would never, ever leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said it was because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he himself, it was because of him that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken, that he is part of it. And he vowed that he will never give Nigeria a single gap. He vowed and said that he will make sure every one of us will put head together and make sure that Nigeria regret the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We make the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu more expensive than leaving him outside. When they calculate, they will see that leaving him outside is more cheaper than holding him. And he fulfilled his promise. He fulfilled his promise. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa fulfilled his promise. He kept that tempo. He kept that tempo from day one until the very day Finland came and took him away. Until the very day Finland, Mazi Simon Ekpa kept that promise, kept that tempo. He made sure that the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not swept under the carpet. He made sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not forgotten. He made sure that the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't go down. The simple thing we can do for him today is to do the same thing for him. The simplest thing we can do for Mazi Simon Ekpa is the same thing he did for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is what we are supposed to do for him. Make sure that his legacy stands. Make sure that the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa remains at the front line. Continue to speak about it in your platform. If you wake up in the morning, even if you don't have anything to do, just post his picture and write "Free Mazi Simon Ekpa." Let him remain the topic until he joins us. Let Mazi Simon Ekpa remain the topic until he joins us. Because in every angle, Mazi Simon Ekpa in every angle is innocent. Very innocent. And I believe when they get to the appeal court, because the Finland authority have three types of court. They have the court of first instance, which is the district court, the first one, and then the appeal court. After the appeal court, the Supreme Court. But in the appeal court, they said it that in the appeal court, they have professionals, professional judges who has no political affiliation. Government does not influence them. Professional lawyers, professional judges. That is what you see in appeal court. And that is where the game is going to change. There is no doubt. I know all these things are delayed. Maybe after the appeal court, they will come back and tell you, okay, now they will give him, they have cut it down, they make it 1 year or two, and now he has spent already 1 year plus, or he has spent almost 1 year, you go out. Because they will not like to pay the fine, because they know that if the detention they have given Mazi Simon Ekpa for how many months now, when he comes back, he is going to fight back. He is going to claim damages. So in order to block those damages, they will try to put something, and say, okay, for the one he has served, now let it be for this, and put one thing. Just like they are attaching tax. They say tax, he didn't pay tax. He tax, they didn't pay tax. He violated the Finnish law of whatever. So all these things, they are moving up together to see that they can be able to quash the case, when he's going to bring the case on them for damages. Do you know what it is to take a man's life for almost a year now? When he claims the damages. But we know, I strongly believe that Master Simon Ekpa is going to be out. I don't have any doubt about that. I don't have any doubt. At this stage that we are now, I don't have any doubt. And with the knowledge of what we have now, with what we know now, we cannot be taken by surprise anymore. We have learned from our mistake. Exactly. That's it. Every one of us have to learn from the mistake. We have to learn because it doesn't sound nice at all. It doesn't sound like it is so shameful and so disturbing. It doesn't sound well. It doesn't sound good. And I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will direct us on what to do. A lot of things have gone so wrong. Some people, we are just busy fighting, busy, distracting. There were so many distractions. Everybody was just busy claiming what he or she is. Everybody was just trying to create a camp. Everybody was just trying to focus on themselves. And we forgot the man who gave everything, including his own life. Including his own life for us. It is so sad. It is so sad and disturbing. But I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that every one of us will learn our lesson. Every one of us. Everyone. Every single Biafran. This is the time for us to begin to make inquiries. When something happens, you dig for information by yourself. By your own self, dig for information. Don't wait for anybody. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for me or anybody. You bring information. When you come online like this, you can share it with us. You share it with us. People will now go in and dig it out and begin to inquire also. That is how it goes. When I get my own information, I come out and share it. You go and verify it. Don't just carry it and run. Don't just believe it because I said. You verify it. When you verify it, then in the process, you can find other things also. You share with people. So that we won't just fold our hand and be waiting for one direction and say, this person will give you this information and give you that information. No, it doesn't work that way. We have to take responsible. Every one of us has to be responsible. Every one of us have to take responsibility this time around. Dig informations by yourself. It will be so sad because the situation of Mazi Simon Ekpa now, if you see the way Mazi Simon Ekpa worked for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when I remember it, I see no reason why I will not speak for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa took the bullet. Even Mazi Simon Ekpa created a very great landing space for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He quietly organized himself and make sure anything he's doing can never indict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He went ahead to come and say that whatever people are doing outside to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be attached to him. We are not taking orders from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is not aware of what we are doing. We are no longer with IPOB Nigeria. He created that demarcation. He separated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for himself while he is still fighting for his own release. That is a man of wisdom. That is a man. You don't indict. He did not indict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anywhere. That is where you see intelligence. When you see somebody that is sane. But today, what do you see? Today, what you see is that people calling their own brother terrorists. That is what you see. Look at this Department of Saboteur. They are busy celebrating the sentence of Mazi Simon Ekpa. And at the same time, you are expecting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free. Bunch of clowns and idiots. Somebody was jailed in Europe for self-determination. And your own leader, who is also facing self-determination case in Nigeria, you are calling for his release. You are calling for his own unconditional release. Then you heard that your brother, one of your brothers also, is jailed for self-determination. You are not worried. You are happy. You are clapping hand. You are clapping. This is the height of wickedness. And that is why I say this very sentence of Mazi Simon Ekpa have opened many things, opened many doors. It has opened many secrets. It has opened, unless you don't want your eye to open. If you don't want your eye to open, sorry, no problem. No problem. I cannot force your eye to open. I cannot. You can only take the horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to the river. What I do in this platform and the people that come in that platform, you speak and you say your mind. People will digest it and be able to see the truth. That is what we do here. We speak. Even on the comment section, you read what people are writing. Then it is your own duty to be able to dissect and see the truth. The jail term of Mazi Simon, this very sentence of Mazi Simon have opened our eyes well to know who is fighting for Biafra and who is not fighting for Biafra. We have seen it. Look at these people, this Department of Saboteurs. Department of Saboteurs celebrating. Look at the one they call himself Karawite lawyer Ejiofor. See Ejiofor writing a full epistle. These are the people that Mazi Simon have exposed their evil. Expose them to the last. People who were involved in the so-called kidnapping. Ejiofor was in the front line of destroying the ESN, taking the life of innocent Biafrans. Ejiofor and Madugu. Today, two of them are fighting each other. But when Mazi Simon exposed them, people didn't pay attention. People did not pay attention. Mazi Simon exposed Ejiofor and Madugu. Today, those two idiots are the ones celebrating. They are celebrating. And at the same time, they say they love Mazi Nanigan. They want Mazi Nanigan to be free. And they forget that Nigeria can just look at that template and say, okay, this man did this in Finland. In Finland, because of that, and they gave him this, and for that, they do the same thing to Mazi Nanigan. And they tell you to go to appeal. You begin to drag it. They have already have an example. They will make reference to Finland. The judge will just come that day and make a reference to Finland and pronounce his judgment. What are you going to do? I'm asking those idiots, what are you going to do? If the judge comes on October and use Finland as a reference, which is a perfect reference, very, very perfect reference, even though the judgment is wrong, that is why it is essential to appeal. Because I believe this appeal has been entered by October, by the special case of Chukwuka from not October. Either the case will be heard or I believe from not October, I believe the case will be heard. I don't know. Mazi Nanigan case is 10th of October. So let's see. Mazi Simon have already put in for appeal. Before October, by the grace of Chukwuka, we believe that case will be heard. So assuming they maintain the sentence, that day, the judge will just come in the court in October. After reading all rubbish they put in the table, he will now make a reference to Finland, related to the relationship of what Mazi Simon was doing and what Mazi Nanigan was doing, because they are just similar things. Both of them are seeking for self-determination. Both of them are advising their people, guiding their people, securing the life of their people. The same template is what they have. They just make a reference and then they pronounce their judgment. What are you going to do? What will you do? Look at Ohaneze Ndigbo. Ohaneze Ndigbo came out and began to congratulate Nigeria. Congratulate the Nigerian government for pushing the arrest of Mazi Simon Ekpa and the jail sentence. Ohaneze came out and began to clap for Nigeria. Something that Arewa can never do. Arewa can never come and praise anybody for arresting their own. It doesn't matter what they do. You see Muhammadu Buhari when he was alive. Muhammadu Buhari said any attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. That's Arewa people for you. Late Muhammadu Buhari said attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. Look at Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho was fighting for self-determination. Buhari pursued him. He ran to Benin Republic. All the Yoruba people, all the Yoruba elders, all their politicians, they backed him up to make sure that Nigeria did not bring him back to Nigeria. From Benin Republic, he went to Germany. As if that is not enough, his mother died. His brother took over. They brought him back. He buried his mother, jejely, and went back. Mazi Nanigan, Nigerian government took the life of his parents. His mother and father were buried the same day. They did not allow him to see the burial. He was not allowed to witness the burial. His parents, mother and father, died out of the atrocity of Nigerian government, out of the attack of the Nigerian government. The tension of the attack of the Nigerian government caused the death of Martin Nandekan's parents. His mother and father were buried the same day. Nobody stood their ground and said, allow this man to come and bury his parents. Nobody. But Sunday Igboho, his own mother died. His people stood their ground and allowed him to come and bury his mother peacefully and go. Even though his mother died of a different issue, not of the education. But this one is that the federal government of Nigeria, we are the one that orchestrated the death of Martin Nandekan's parents. But yet, they didn't allow him to bury his parents. And there was no Igbo person that came out to speak on his behalf. There is no Igbo person that came out. No Igbo person came out to speak on behalf of Mazi Nandekan. Not Ohaneze Ndigbo, not politician, not governors. His parents were buried in his absence. His parents were buried in his absence. Now you see, wherever you are, every one of us must keep our ears and our eyes open. You must know that your own fate is, nobody's going to stand for you. Nobody is going to fight for you. Nobody anywhere. So anytime you come and you begin to destroy yourself and you think you are destroying somebody, you think you are destroying your sister or you're destroying your brother, you are doing yourself. Just like those ones that come out. You come out, you see your fellow Biafra, you are calling them terrorists. A fellow Biafran, you on camera. You on a camera in your program, you are calling a fellow Biafran a terrorist. You go to a program, in a comment section, you are calling your fellow brother, your fellow sister a terrorist. You don't know what you are doing. You are only destroying your own self. You are destroying your own self. And as you continue to destroy yourself, that destruction will locate you and you can never escape it. We are on our own. Nobody cares about us. Nobody cares. The politicians are the worst. The politicians don't even want anything good to happen to us. Nigerian politicians, they don't want anything good to happen for the Biafran people. The proscription of IPOB was done by the politicians. The kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi was sponsored and powered by the politicians. The kidnap of Mazi Simon Ekpa through the court today was sponsored by the politicians. Politicians, they travel all the way to Finland. You saw Bianca Ono when Bianca Ono went and sent a petition. Bianca Ono went and sent a petition against our prime minister. This is supposedly somebody who is supposed to be the wife of the man who led Biafra to war. The man whose dream is to achieve Biafra, his wife, went and sponsored the kidnap, the arrest of her own brother. That is how bad it is. That is why sometimes when you look at the politicians in the Southeast, I don't know the kind of devilish, I don't know the kind of devil that brought them. I don't know the devil. I don't know the devil, the evil spirit that brought the politicians we have. Maybe when they come, they take them to the north and they take them in oath. They go and swear oath in the north. Every time you see them going to Sokoto, when they go to Sokoto, the Sultan of Sokoto will take them and swear an oath. So when they come, whatever they tell them to do, they do, including taking the life of their own. I'm going to play a video that somebody challenged Dave Umahi. That idiot, that devil Umahi. That devil Umahi is one of the people that they are using against us. The other day, I played a video how devil Umahi was calling a fellow Biafran a land grabber. You can imagine. You can imagine Devil Umahi calling a fellow Biafran a land grabber. If your own brother can call you a land grabber, what will other people call you? If your own brother is calling you a land grabber, what do you expect? How do you expect other people to see you? Dave Lomahi was calling a fellow Biafran a land grabber in Lagos. If a Yoruba man call you a land grabber now, what will you do? After all, your brother has called you a land grabber. So if a Yoruba man call now and call you a land grabber, are you gonna get angry? If you buy land in Lagos and tomorrow they demolish it, will you be angry? Because your brother has laid the foundation for them already. And that this continues to happen. Your brother have already laid the foundation for them and tell them that you are a land grabber. So when they say it, you don't even get angry. Your brother have said it first. I want you to listen to this very video also and hear how this guy challenged Dave Omai. Dave Omai, who was saying that his own people, the Igbos, don't even have right to participate in the election. They don't even have to talk. They don't need to talk about leadership. I want you to listen to this video. Let us hear what this guy had to say to Dave Omai.
Since I'm extremely disappointed at David Omai, those are the kind of statements I don't expect to hear from a senior government official. And he's a man I tend to respect because he's a hard-working individual. He knows his onions when it comes to engineering and work with those constructions and things like that. So I have a lot of respect for him. But particularly, I felt offended by that statement because I've said it on this program several times. I detest the dog whistling of an entire ethnic group in Nigeria. And let's call it spade what it is. It's becoming one too many that we want to consistently and continuously scapegoat the Igbo ethnic tribe in Nigeria, and it's unacceptable. It is unacceptable because there is a history of violence targeted at that group since 1953 in our country. Listen, Caesar, a meeting was held in Lagos, not necessarily in Parliament. Anthony Enahu moved a motion for the independence of Nigeria. The North opposed that motion, and at the train station, when they were going back to their constituency, they met a crowd that was essentially mocking them. They got back to the North. Chief Akintola led a tour across the North, to campaign essentially for the independence, to rally the North in support of Nigerian independence. Guess what happened after that? Riots broke out in northern parts of Nigeria, particularly in Kano, where over 240 Igbos were massacred. Were they the ones that demanded for Nigeria to have an independence at that time? In 1966, particularly in May, months before the Civil War happened, thousands of them were massacred across northern cities, and they had to flee to the east for safety because thousands of them were indiscriminately killed for what they knew nothing about, right? So let's not even talk about the Civil War and the hundreds of thousands that were massacred and the fact that after 1970, this entire ethnic group had to start from the scratch again to begin to build their lives. And Caesar, look at what they have done since 1970. A group that left or started from nothing, went to Bauchi, went to Kano, went to Maiduguri, went to Akure, went to Ogun State. And look what they have built in 40 years of hard work, grit, and no support from the federal government. Look what they have done for themselves. But what we consistently and continuously do is to signal hatred and violence against the group. And this thing has to stop. We can't continue a country. Listen, if you don't want a group of people to be a part, let them go then. I don't understand this. Every time there has to be an excuse to single out an ethnic group. I take a typical example. Just like the past elections, I heard people telling, how can the Obi, for instance, have scored 98% in 7 states to the north? How can he have scored 97%? Muhammadu Buhari, under a PDP-led federal government, scored over 90% votes in 4 northern states. Go and check the results in Katsina. Go and check the results in Bauchi. Go and check the results in Jigawa. He scored over 90% in those states under the leadership of the PDP as a federal government. So it was okay for Buhari to score over 90% in his own core constituency, but something utterly went wrong when Obi did this in the southeast. This ethnic group have always been part of a nationalist political party and never really have ever built a regional movement. All the times they have supported a political party have been national political parties right from the NCNC. They have a stakeholder in the PP. They don't have the regional party in the sense that we had ACN in the southwest, in the sense that they had AMPP in the north. They did not have the behemoth of a regional political party. So where is all this hate coming from? Where is all this hate coming from? They tell you now, for instance, that they have a rabid mob who are harassing people on the internet because their candidate lost. We have very short memories. In 2011, a candidate lost in this country, and over 800 people were massacred in violence in the north. I so know this because I personally saved 11 core members and were hidden in my father's hotel in Kano. So what are we saying? 800 people were massacred because of the ambition of somebody in this country. And suddenly we are losing our minds because we are saying people are insulting you online and they're rabid mob. Let us stop this. Let us stop this ethnic dog whistling. Let us stop this ethnic baiting. And this thing should not continue. We are one people, one country.
You have heard it. This is why we don't want to be part of the Zoological Republic. But with all this information available, still yet, Finland is supporting the devilish country called Nigeria. Finland is supporting a devilish country like Nigeria with all these informations available. It's not that they didn't know. They know. But yet, they prefer to support evil. Nigeria is collapsing, yet Finland side with injustice against Biafra. Finland is siding with injustice against Biafra, even when they know that Nigeria is not meant to survive. Even though they know the story of Nigeria, they know everything. But because of economic interest, Finland sold their conscience. Finland threw away humanity. Finland threw away humanity and they decided to side with inhumanity against man. Not because they did not know the truth. They know the truth because the truth is in the public. The truth is public. Nobody, including the people who are in that Nigeria, even the politicians, they know that Nigeria is a failed state. I want us to hear this thing, what Obasanjo has to say. This is the Nigeria that Finland is supporting. I want you to see the Nigeria that Finland is supporting. This is the Nigeria.
Who's the character of the people that are in government? With all due respect, most of them should be behind the bar. And that is the truth. Most of them should be behind the bar. Some should even be in the gallows. If these are the people that are ruling us, then what do you expect?
Did you hear that? If the kind of people that are ruling Nigeria today are the people that are ruling it, how can somebody be calling Nigeria a country? People that are supposed to be behind the bar, people that are supposed to be jailed and locked up and throw away the key. But these are the people that are feeding Finland with the information they are taking. The person that is speaking here is one of the criminals. One of the criminals in Nigeria. Look at him exposing his fellow criminals. You know, sometimes when we say it, they say it's only Biafrans that are saying it, because we are angry. Oh, because look at the former president, the CIA agent in Nigeria, telling you that Nigeria is not a country to be trusted. Nigeria is in the hand of the terrorists. Canada came out and told you that terrorist organizations are in charge of Nigerian government. Canada said it. Look at Obasanjo confirming it. But yet, Finland, for economic interest, they sold their conscience and they are listening to Nigeria. I want you to hear this.
The character of the people that are in government, with all due respect, most of them should be behind the bar. And that is the truth. Most of them should be behind the bar. Some should even be in the gallows. If these are the people that are ruling us, then what do you expect? With all due respect. newspaper allowances, pant allowances, sheeting allowances, to give yourself all sorts of things, with all due respect. And you know it's not right. It is not right. How do we ask people to suffer? And those people who are suffering, please bear with us when you are not showing any sacrifice. And I'm not showing any sacrifice.
This is the Nigeria Finland is supporting. An evil entity of oppression. A country that oppresses its own people. A country that supports terrorism. Oppression is the order of the day in Nigeria. And yet, Finland will boast that their human rights status is like to heaven. They are number one in human right status. Today, breeze don't blow. We don't see say father not the wear trouser. We don't see say father the wear short too. Breeze have blown. We have seen the underneath of the fowl. Will Finland still come out boldly in the world and say that their human rights status is up there? After kidnapping an innocent man with their court, after trying to jail somebody for self-determination, a human rights activist, will they still come out tomorrow and tell us about human rights? They will not. This is the country Finland is supporting.
You are what you are. I am what I am because I'm a Nigerian. Those people out there are Nigerians. They are entitled. We are all sitting on a keg of gunpowder.
You never say gunpowder.
Continue to do what we are doing, which is disregarding the interest of the common man. We need general moral rearmament. What must we do differently at the effective level, at the legislative level, at the judicial level, at the civil service level, even at the private sector level? To the extent that we are not making it, we are disappointing ourselves, and we are disappointing the black man everywhere in the world. You look up, you are what you are today because you are a Nigerian. I am what I am today because I'm a Nigerian. So why should they be Nigerian and be languishing in poverty?
Wow. You need to watch this video from former President Olusegun Obasanjo where he did talk about the people who will get for leadership presently. He said quite a lot about them. And he talked about the power of the youth. He talked something, he said, the youth, they're wrong to seek for the changes where they find, and it ain't wrong for them to demand such changes. That Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. I need to watch this video of President Olusegun Obasanjo, where they trend. The kind of things he said there, me, I'm not going to put my inside of. He even said that the people where they canvass themselves as a leaders today, suppose they jail. In fact, they're not just supposed to be behind bars, they're supposed they better prison. And they're supposed they right now. Go watch them.
The problem is, after saying all this, making noise and noise and noise and noise, at the end of the day, nothing changes. It is the same thing. And the youth should not beg people. This same youth they say should not beg. Is it not the same youth that came out for NSAS and they shot them? The same youth that came for NSAS and they shot them, nobody was held accountable to today. Even United Nations, UN, or whatever, all of them are silent. And bad governance that they did yesterday, bad governance, they shot people also. They are talking about people's rights. The Biafran people, we want our right of self-determination. What stops you people from talking about our right for self-determination? This Obasanjo is one of the criminals in Nigeria. And because Nigeria made him whom he is, that is why he doesn't want Nigeria to break up. He wants Nigeria to remain the way it is until he dies. And if his death is going to break Nigeria up, this man is going to buy. He will buy. For sure. He will buy for Nigeria to be good. Because the only solution to the problem of the Zoological Republic is to end it all. If you don't end it, it will continue.
Most of them should be behind the bar. Some should even be the gallows.
Did you hear it? That some of these people today who are parading themselves as leaders, that most of them should be behind bar, and some of them also should even be hanged, including himself. Because You say some should go to the gallows. If there's anybody should go to the gallows, it is you. You are one of them.
Due respect, most of them should be behind the bar. And that is the truth. Most of them should be behind the bar. Some should even be in the gallows.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if these are the people that are bullying us, then what do you expect? It doesn't matter whether you make whatever you make it will not. So the point is that the character of the people that are coming to government, their attributes, the sort of people, who are they? In my own part of the world, even when you want to give a daughter to marry, say, hey, look at the background. What is the pedigree? And that is one thing we really need to think about. How do we select leaders? What should be the character of the leaders we select? What should be their track record? What should be, where should we find them? Are they role models? And look at in your own place, with all due respect, you are not supposed to fix your salary or your allowance.
Before we continue, I just saw a comment that caught my attention, and I bet you I agree with this comment 100%. I agree with this comment that was written by our sister Tina S. Tina S, I agree with you. Alexander Stubb have registered Finland in the World Index of Terrorist Countries, which he is the leader. I agree with you. I agree with you. I cannot agree less. I cannot agree less, my sister. I agree with you. Alex Stubb have just registered Finland in the World Index of Terrorist Organization. I agree with my sister completely. That is what Alex Stubb did. Because terrorist financiers and sponsors are treated the same. They are of the same category. Terrorist financiers and sponsors, they are of the same category. And when we say Nigeria is a terrorist government, I didn't say it. It is not me that is saying it. A court in all the way in Canada said it, that the ruling parties in Nigeria are terrorist organizations. And when terrorist organizations are ruling a country, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that make that country? When the terrorist organizations are ruling a country, what does that make that country? It makes that country a terrorist country. This is the country that gave Finland information that they used to detain their citizens. This is the country that gave Finland information they used to detain their own citizens. You now understand it. So I agree with my sister 100%. 100%. I cannot agree less. Let's continue to listen to this buffoon.
Done by the revenue mobilization and what okay. But you decide what you pay yourself, the allowances that you give yourself, newspaper allowances, pound allowances, shitting allowances. You give yourself all sorts of things with all due respect. And you know it's not right. It is not right. It is not right for me to be the one to determine what I pay myself. It's immoral. And then you are doing it. The Senate is doing it. And you beat your chest. And in some cases, even the executive give you what you are not entitled to. You all got $200 million naira. When we were talking about the suffering of the people who put you there, on top of the obscene salary and allowances you give yourself, You got 200 million naira. It's not right. It's not fair. It's not good for this country. So this is the thing we have to do. How do we ask people to suffer? And those people who are suffering, please bear with us when you are not showing any sacrifice.
That is the country that Finland is supporting. One of the criminals in the country is confessing.
I am what I am because I'm a Nigerian.
That is why you don't want Nigeria to
Out
break.
there are Nigerians. They are entitled. So just look at things that way. For me, that is what we have to do. And as I've said, and I will keep saying it, we are all sitting on a keg of gunpowder.
It go explode for your head. It go burst for your head.
If we continue to do what we are doing, which is disregarding the interest of the common man. So we need general moral rearmament. General moral rearmament to look at ourselves and say, yes, we are all wrong. And where we are wrong, then we need to do things differently. We cannot continue to do things the same way that has not worked for us and say. And then if we do that, we are deceiving ourselves. Let us look at things. What must we do differently at the executive level, at the legislative level, at the judicial level, at the civil service level, even at the private sector level? Because we are all in the same boat. And if that boat sinks, we all sink together. Even if you are being stealing, you have to stop stealing. Because your name, your family, your pedigree, where is that today? Even when the man is stolen, you will say, now you don't go steal, leave out. We should never stop looking at our system. But let us look at ourselves. We have to position ourselves. And the harm that we are doing to ourselves in Nigeria, we are not doing to Nigeria alone. We are doing to West Africa. We are doing to Africa. And we are doing to the black race all over. God doesn't make a mistake. We have the largest concentration of black people in the world in this small black area called Nigeria.
And that is madness. That is the idiocy that you are supporting. That is the idiocy you are supporting. Having the largest mass black nation in the world where you can't be able to feed yourself. You can't be able to defend your land. You don't even have enough police to police your country, even though you have the largest population of black people. Until you people begin to tell yourself the truth to destroy this idiotic entity you call Nigeria. People like you just said it here, that Nigeria made you what you are. That is why you are preaching the one Nigeria. These are the agents of the CIA, agents of the West that want the mineral resources to continue. When you see him talking, he's indicting himself as if he's an angel. He is not. He is one of the major problems of the Zoological Republic. We are out for solution. And the solution is what Mazen Nandekan is going for. It's what Mazen Simoneka is going to. Instead of them sitting down and conduct a peaceful referendum, and everybody go their separate ways, they went and connived with Finland. And today, Finland is sponsoring and supporting and promoting a terrorist country. Because of that, took away an innocent citizen. And he wants us to be silent. It will never be well with anyone that is involved.
And if the black man will make it, it has to be Nigeria leading the black man for making it.
Ordeal.
To the extent that we are not making it, we are disappointing ourselves. We are disappointing our region of West Africa. We are disappointing our continent of Africa.
And you will continue to disappoint and destroy, including yourself.
If God has put the largest concentration of black
Madness.
God expects something better. Let us look at ourselves. It's not can't go on the way it's going on. And the youth, whatever we may say to them or to them, what they are demanding is what is the word that legitimate. As I said, you are what you are today because you are in Nigeria. I am what I am today because I'm in Nigeria. So why should they be Nigerian and be languishing in poverty? Why? And then they make demand for that. And we are not listening to them. They make demand for that. And we are treating it with levity. We are sitting on the keg of gunpowder. They are frustrated. They are desperate. They are angry. They are hungry. They are unemployed. They are in abject poverty. What do we expect? Those boys and girls that have tried to go over the Sahara and go over the Mediterranean, they had 3 hurdles to cross. The Sahara, the ill treatment in the Mediterranean country on this side, whether it's Algeria or Libya or wherever, they go through hell. Then the Mediterranean. Then when they landed on the other side, some of them came here. I listened to them and I was weeping. Now, why should they go through that? Because of you and I.
Wow. So you hear everything well God Olusegun Obasanjo talk. What do you think about it too?
There is nothing reasonable or sensible in what this man is saying. As we all know, they will always come and talk. He is part of the problem. He created the problem. In fact, he was in the front line. This man that is just speaking as an angel committed genocide in Udi. Don't ever forget that. He committed genocide in Udi when people were asking for their rights. This time he's talking about right. People were asking of their rights. And he went in Udi and destroyed innocent lives. What are we asking for today? Is it not our right? Self-determination is our right. But is anybody talking about it? Instead, they kidnapped Mazen Nandekan and locked him up. And they went and connived with Finland and kidnapped our Prime Minister Mazi Samanapa through the court. And look at him here, talking as if he knows what he's saying. Boasting for having the largest black African country. The most idiotic thing I have ever seen. The most idiotic thing I have ever heard from them. When they come out and claim Nigeria is the most black African populated in the nonsense. The most populated black African country. Yet, you cannot produce the food you eat with all your population. You can't secure yourself with all your population. You can't produce anything with all your population. And you still have the boldness to come out and say, oh, the most populated black African nation. Shame. As for us, Biafra, we can never be part of this madness. Not anymore. This is the country that Finland is supporting. This is the country that Finland is working with. And just as our sister have said, Alexander Stubb has registered Finland in the World Index of Terrorist Countries, which he is the leader. That is what Alex Stubb just did by working with these people. That is just what Alex Stubb have just done by working with Nigeria. Whether they like it or not, they must hear it. And the whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. We still believe there are men of conscience. We are getting to the appeal court. In the appeal court, Chukwu Okeke Abiama is not sleeping. In as much as we know the global conspiracy and all their fraud, because now it is very clear. It is very, very clear that Finland is corrupt. It is not maybe, it is clear. So in as much as they have that corruption, we still believe that Chukwu Okeke Abiama can raise stones to do things. There are still men of conscience. There are still men that has conscience in all parts of the world. And on that day, Chukwu Okeke Abiama, the spirit of our forefathers, will speak and things will change. I appreciate everyone that have been with us on this very evening program. Remember, my evening program is always short. I don't carry too long. We have been able to hit almost 1 hour, 30 minutes. So thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate everyone that participated. May Chukwu Okeke Abiama guide and protect every one of you. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you again tomorrow program. We're going to do our morning program tomorrow. So please try and join us in tomorrow morning program so that we continue. Same time, try as much as possible to be available. Share this program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to those who are close to you. We must continue to support our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Don't ever allow his name to be swept under the carpet. This is not the time for blackmail. This is not the time for propaganda. Any name you call your brother or your sister, that is what you are. I want you to go with this very word. Whatever you call your brother or your sister, that is exactly what you are. Anything you know you don't want somebody to call you, don't call it somebody else. Any name you call any Biafran, except you're not a Biafran, any name you call your fellow Biafran, that is exactly what you are. You are just telling the world that this is whom you are. So we must be mindful of what we write, what we talk, what we say. Any place we go, we must be mindful of the languages we use because of what we are doing and where we are going. I pray that Chukwu Okeke Abiama will guide and protect us. May Chukwu Okeke Abiama guide and protect our leaders, more especially our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Chukwu Okeke Abiama should give him strength, wisdom, knowledge, understanding to continue to march on until victory is achieved. I pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for strength, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that he will continue to stand strong until his freedom is achieved. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our leaders shall prosper. Thank you so much for listening on this program. Remain blessed and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear. Now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat your love. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It's very close and they feel when the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job, and the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe.